Hi, I'm Cassie, and today we're going to be making your own bullet journal. So bullet journaling it's a type of journaling where you tend to write more shorthand. So there's a lot of information out there about that, so I'm not going to go into too much today. If you look up bullet journaling, you're going to find tons of stuff. It's basically generally what you'll do is you'll bullet journal in these dot pages that I'm going to give you in your kit. We're also going to make a book today that is called exposed binding. So a lot of times you'll have books so our last time we made a full cover journal. This one you're actually going to see that the spine is going to be exposed. So that means there's a little more wear on the pages, but you can do really cool things with the spine and it looks awesome. Plus it opens up flat, which is really nice for bullet journaling, like making your own templates. So in a bullet journal, a lot of times they'll have templates that talk about maybe their week. They'll make up a whole week template. They'll make up month template. People will set goals. They do goal trackers and habit trackers. You can keep track of your schoolwork that way. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do with your bullet journal, and the dot pages help you create those designs. So that's what we're going to be making today. So this is the kit that you're going to be able to pick up in the youth department or even through the drive-thru with everything that you're going to need to make it, except for a couple of things. So scissors, the push pin that you'll need or something similar to push through the paper, and I use this ruler to help fold the pages. Those three things are not going to be included in your kit. But what you are going to get is, so you're going to have 3 ribbons to help with the binding. You're going to have 32 pieces of dot paper that you're going to need to fold, and I'll show you how to do that. You'll have the 2 pieces for the cover, and then you'll have a plastic needle and 2 yards of string that you'll need to bind the paper. Oh, you'll also have these templates I printed off for you guys, and I'll stick those in there. So if you're not sure how to get started bullet journaling, these are some really, really cute templates that you can find both online, and we're going to put a link to it in our post, and you're going to have these hard copies in your kit. The first thing that we're gonna do to get started here is you're gonna need to fold your pieces of paper. So I took 8 sheets, I put them all together. You're just gonna line them up here, fold it over in half, and then you're gonna crease it. I use bookbinders, use a bone folder. You don't need that, you can use a ruler. So you just take the ruler and you're gonna slide it along the spine there, until you've got a nice sharp edge. I already did the rest of them for you, but you're gonna do that 4 more times. The next part, you're gonna take this template. I did all the hard part of measuring for you, so you don't have to do that. And you're gonna fold it in half along the dots. You're gonna open this book up to the center, place the creased line in the middle of that creased line, so you'll see the dots are all lined up on the inside, and then you're gonna take a push pin or something sharp that you can push on, and you're just gonna poke a hole through all of those holes. And then when you're done, you should have 6 evenly spaced holes up and down the interior of the spine. All right. All right, now the next part is we're gonna sew these 4 sets of pages together. So you're gonna take your needle and thread, you're gonna thread that through. You're gonna actually start on the inside. So you're gonna open it up to the middle, you're gonna start with the bottom hole here, and you're gonna take your needle from the inside to the outside. And you're gonna leave a small tail at the end, but you're not gonna tie it. Then from the outside, depending on what you use, sometimes the holes aren't gonna be big enough for this to easily go through, so you'll just have to poke it through again and you should get there. Then you're gonna go inside to outside. And then outside to inside again. And then do the same thing one more time with the last set of holes. Good. When you're done with the first page, you should see there's going to be 3 lines on the outside, and it's going to end on the inside just like you began on the inside. So you're going to close this first one. It's going to come out the top. You're going to take your next set of pages and make sure the holes are lined up where they need to go next to each other. You're going to go from the inside of this set of pages to the inside of this set of pages and then go through that top hole. You want to pull it nice and tight, and you'll see at the top you're still going to see that string. Then you're just going to do the same thing with this one, and this one until you have the string hanging out the bottom. When you're all done sewing the pages together, it's going to look just like this. You should have 3 stitches in each page, and they should be lined up because that's where your ribbons are going to go. You're also going to have the strings coming out of the bottoms of both of them. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to want to punch holes in your cover. So you're going to take your template again. You're going to put it on top here. You want to be about a few centimeters or ½ an inch in, and you're only going to poke the top 2 and the bottom 2 holes. So you're going to have 4 holes punched in the template. Line it up and punch through. And you'll have 4 holes, 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. You're going to take one cover, you're going to set it right on top here where the longer string comes out. If you've taken the needle out, go ahead and restring that longer part. If you hadn't taken the needle out, then you shouldn't have to restring it. You're going to go over the top just like you did when you were connecting the pages, and then underneath, coming out the top of the cover. You're going to go back through that same hole, but you want to keep a loop up at the top. So when you pull, hold on to the string, or you're gonna go right through it and lose that loop that you want. You're gonna go to the very first stitch here, go from underneath and up and through that loop, and then pull it tight. Careful when pulling, this cardstock can rip, and so if you pull too hard, it will rip. You're gonna go to the next set of pages, the next stitch there, you're gonna go underneath and up towards the top. You're gonna take that needle through that big loop that's there. Under the next one, still going through that loop. You want to pull it tight, but again, be careful when you're pulling so you don't rip the pages. Your last one, you're going to go under and up towards the top. And on this one, you're going to also have to hold this tight when you pull. And before I go any further, you're gonna wanna put the ribbons in. You can do it at the end, but it's a lot harder. So I would put them in before you make the stitches too tight. You're just gonna take the ribbon, string it through this one right here. Pull it through so it's about right in the center, and again, you're gonna pull those strings tight to hold that in place. You're gonna do that for the next two ribbons as well. Now the ribbons are attached and they're gonna help reinforce your spine since the spine's gonna stay exposed. You're gonna come back to your needle, that long one. You're gonna flip this over now and you're gonna grab your other cover. You're just gonna come up from the bottom out the top and form a loop just like you did on the other side. Go underneath that stitch, back through that loop that you just created, and then pull it tight. Now you're gonna pull that ribbon down. You're gonna bring this across, go under this. So go through that stitch, underneath the bottom and up through the next hole. You're going to form a loop here too. So go back through that same hole. Holding onto that loop. Go under that first stitch and up through that loop. Then you're going to work your way back down just like you did on this side. So underneath. Now you're at this second hole on the cover you started on. You're going to do the same thing. Now you're going to do the same thing on the other side. In order to get your string over there, you're just going to take that string, move the ribbons across. You're going to come all the way over here. Loop underneath this very first section. And go underneath and up. Once you've finished your last one, you're going to want to tie it, but you don't want to tie it right there or it's just going to come loose. So you're going to wrap it around. Well, you can do a knot right here, this should work. Pull it nice and tight, and I would do another one. I do 2 knots right there. To tie it off. You can leave the string long if you like and add it into your ribbons, or you can cut it. Then you're going to take your ribbons to finish off the book. This will make the spine even tighter. You're just going to cross them, tie them in a, you can tie them in a knot, like I did. You can do a bow if you want to get more fancy. You're going to want to tie this one off down here too. Easier to string that back on the needle. You're just going to come up, find that first stitching right there, and make a knot. And then you're going to be able to start bullet journaling. And you've got a finished bullet journal. There's 32, so 64 pages actually in here for you to write on. You're going to have some templates to get yourself started in the packet. You can pick up, again, you can pick up the kit here in the youth department, just come ask the desk for it, or you can also pick it up in the drive-thru and just ask for it. Thank you.